right, ladies and gents. So let's have a look at. Oh yeah, sorry. Let's just move these away here. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa! No, no, don't take. No, you can't take these cards with you, Vixen. No. Okay. Um, yeah, we don't need those. No. Oh. All right. So we have some cards here. These are organized play reward cards. Some are Marvel related, and some are DC related. In the case of the DC cards, we have 3X Teen Titans here. Not EX, but 3 times Teen Titans here. Two of these cards, I believe, are the participation prizes. So the Robin here and the Ant-Man will be participation, and I believe the others will be well, not participation. So that's what we have here. So let's start with one of the Marvel cards here. Let's go with Ant-Man because he's certainly timely at present. This is simply an alternate art version of Ant-Man Biophysicist. So fans of the movie might want this because we have a comic version of the costume much closer to what's in the movie. Fans of just Ant-Man in general will probably want this as well. It is the regular old Biophysicist. Nothing's changed with him, his dye, or anything else. Certainly, that's a card I would have enjoyed having the alt art version of at U.S. Nationals, but hey, it wasn't out there yet. The only thing I would say here, as a complaint, you got the blank text here, or well, no text here. Just make it a full art. Come on, come on. But no, that's Ant-Man, and that's just fine. Solid two-cost character, certainly very usable, even though he has the low defense, of course, all throughout his die. But let's move into those Teen Titans now. First off, we have Robin, who requires a microscope. Yes, indeed. First off, before we get into this, let me just say, Teen Titans, all three of which use the classic art here, this is really awesome. I mean, this just looks really solid. So, anyway, Robin. 3 shield, Teen Titans team leader, uses the Robin die that we already know and love. While Robin is active, if you have a Teen Titans die on an energy face in your reserve pool, during your main step, you may spin down a Teen Titans die to spin up a Teen Titans die. So essentially, this gives you a global ability. Well, this gives you an ability similar to the global found on Polymorph. Spin one down to spin one up. They combine that with the ability like we spoiled at the stream at Worlds. Like Beast Boy, if you have a fist die in your reserve pool, he gets some kind of a bonus. And certainly there are other cards coming that have that capacity as well. Well, this is one. In this case, we're looking for any Teen Titans die, any die that's affiliated with a Teen Titans affiliated character, to be on an energy face in your reserve pool, and that's going to allow you to do that. I tend to like abilities like this. I like to see how I can make these abilities that were otherwise global abilities but now exist just for me. Obviously, they have some kind of restriction on them now because, well, they're available just to me. But nonetheless, I do like to mess with those sorts of things, and I think this will be a fun one as well. We'll just have to see a little bit more about the Teen Titans and what they can do together. He does also have a global. Pay shield once per turn. If you purchased a character die this turn, you may draw a die from your bag and add it to your prep area. So what this does is it gives you an ability very similar to Resurrection, except you can only do it after you've purchased a die. Couple of things here. One, yeah, sure, if you're going to buy something anyway, you can use this, whatever else. But if you are using Resurrection for a reason like we did in the past, where we want to use Resurrection on an empty bag to get something else. Everything else is in transition. We want something that we just bought to basically pass through our bag and go to the used pile, or the prep area rather. Then this has it. And this has it for you in a way that is enough that your opponent can't just use it willy-nilly. So it doesn't hurt you as badly to not have it available to you. So that is Robin, the Teen Titans team leader, and his global and his orchestra. Let's move back over to Marvel now. We'll do every other. We have Wasp here. This is Bioelectric Blasts. Now, Dave, you might say, and we already have Wasp Bioelectric Blasts. Yes, we do. Here she is. Couple key differences here. First off, the art. You can argue as to which one looks better or not. I believe this is a more modern costume that she has here. Uh, I don't know what she's doing. She appears to be holding a box. She's giant. Oh, she's really big here. That's kind of awesome. Yeah, Wasp is really, really big here, and she's holding people in her arms, and I think it's picked up. Is that a truck? Yeah, that's an ambulance. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. As opposed to I am looking to the left and flying. So there's that. The second thing is that while she does carry the exact same ability, now we do have the clarification that this is only something you can do once per turn per global. So Wasp, each time you use a global ability, Wasp gets +1/+1 until end of turn. You may only use this ability once per turn for each global ability. And the global pay 2, deal 1 damage to target character die. We already know how that was. So yeah, I think Wasp is a one that is worth playing around with, especially with that ability. I'd really like to see what can be done with her and maybe Nick Fury patch or some other things that can just synergize well with Avengers. But I will say that I hope we don't continue to see just alt art versions that are fixes or erratas of the card. But in this case, we get some pretty hysterical art here, and I am not going to complain about this at all. This card looks awesome, and I think anybody who wants to bling their game out a little bit will be seeking out the Ant-Man and the Wasp for certain. Next up, we have another Teen Titan. Let's go with Starfire here. I love the yellow, the sunburst behind her here. She's a 4-bolt Teen Titan, powerful friend. You see, she's like, friendship is magic. Yes. When fielded, knock out target villain. If you have at least 3 active Teen Titans, that villain can't use regenerate. So she gives you targeted removal of villains. Now, obviously they have to be a villain, and because of the way the ability works, you must be playing Teen Titans. It's going to be pretty unlikely that you have 3 unique Teen Titans out if, you know, you aren't if you aren't playing Teen Titans. But it's targeted removal nonetheless, and there are plenty of villains out there that can ruin your day. And of course, we also have ways of turning things into villains, thanks to stuff like Iron Man, whether in previous sets or this current Age of Ultron set, other cards that offer us globals that do the same darn thing. So that is Starfire. If you haven't had the chance to see her stats, she's a total fielding cost of 5, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Go the numbers there. So certainly no slouch in terms of an attacker, and I think 4 is probably about right for this. You're not going to field her all the time because you got to pay for it, but if you need the removal, she's an option, and if you need to knock her out and do it again, then so be it. This next one, super thematic, super impractical, but I love it anyway. This is Ultron Nanite Virus. I don't know how well you can see it here. When fielded, let's start with this 9-fist villain. Yeah. When fielded, you may knock out an opposing non-villain character. If you do, you may purchase an Ultron drone for free. I like this. From a thematic standpoint, it's like he's knocking your character out and assimilating it into his Ultron drone collective. Resistance is futile, my friends. It's pricey, no doubt about it. It's pricey. And chances are, if you want to win with Ultron and drones, you've probably started out by buying the drones instead of, using something like this. But it's pretty cool. And if you can get him out in a cheap way, so much the better. That may actually end up working for you. But as printed, a little tough. Finally, we have Raven, Rachel Roth, a 3-mask Teen Titan, of course. Again, the old school art, really neat there. While Raven is active, if another Teen Titan character die is knocked out, you may re-roll that die. If it is a character face, return it to play. It doesn't count as fielding that die. So essentially, she gives all Teen Titans regenerate. That is pretty cool. And it's you may. So if you're knocking them out with a purpose, so much the better. Because you want that to go into prep for some reason because you want to field it again next turn. Perhaps you want the removal from the Starfire. You don't have to do this. You may do this. This also makes risk-reward propositions a little bit different when you're dealing with a Teen Titans team that also includes Raven, because now you know that you have just that little bit of cushioning there. You have a 50-50 shot if that die gets knocked out that it's actually going to come back to you. It makes you a little less scared to block. It makes you a little less scared to attack. Unless, of course, if they go through, and they're going to end up in your used pile. But regardless of that. So these are some organized play reward cards that you will be able to play for very shortly in your friendly local game store. WizKids likes to say play local, win big, and man, do we agree with that. If you are not out in your store, well, get out in your store. If your store doesn't have anything going on yet, be the impetus for it. We have talked recently in episodes of the Reserve Pool podcast about things that you can do to get things going at your store. Show your store owners that it's worth supporting the game because you'll go there and you'll play there. Even if you're just meeting the only other person you know there to play, it starts there. It starts there. That's what we did. And now we regularly have, 12 plus showing up for our events. It's fantastic. It's fantastic, but it does take time to cultivate and grow. So get out there, play for these, share your thoughts with us. You can do that on the comments to this. Please subscribe wherever that subscribe button might happen to be. You can communicate with us via Twitter at The Reserve Pool. You can email mailbag@thereservepool.com. And of course, we have our website, www.thereservepool.com. And there you're going to find blogs, 3 different podcasts that are a part of the Reserve Pool Network, forums. You can start your own blog, all sorts of ways to communicate about this fantastic game that we call Dice Masters. Finally, I have to say thank you to WizKids for providing us with a little bit of review product. We greatly appreciate it, and we're very happy to show you what you're going to be playing for in the coming weeks. This is Dave from the Reserve Pool signing off. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.